We're about to hit some traffic up ahead, and yeah, look at this, onto the wrong side of the road, right up here to Alameda. Very, very busy intersection. Let's see what the suspect does. Cutting right through against the red light here in the middle of the intersection. Very stressful, but LAPD is right behind them. They really seem like they want to get this vehicle here. They so far do not seem interested at all in backing off.
And that's interesting, Desmond, as you say, so many times we have seen where they do back off because it's the pursuit becomes certainly more dangerous to everyone else in the area, not just to the driver and, of course, law enforcement. And there are a lot of people out driving. Okay, now is he about to get on the freeway?
Yeah. So we're right by the East L interchange, and this ramp is going to take us to the southbound 5. So even though this is actually kind of technically the Santa Monica freeway because of where this ramp is, very close to where we had the 10 freeway closure just a couple of weeks ago. But you see how this is separated right here. These lanes are going to go to the southbound 5. I don't think they're going to have the option here for the eastbound 10. Going to have to stick with the 5. Let's see where this will take them right here. That ramp said that it was going to go to the 5. Oh, okay, just right on and off the freeway, actually. So now we're back off at Santa Fe. So we just went through both the parameters there where we had the 10 freeway closure most recently. Southbound Santa Fe, now look at all this backed up traffic and this driver on the wrong side of the road. Really crazy driving here. And so south of the 10 freeway now, very close to the East L interchange. My pilot telling me this looks like it might be a dead-end street. So let's see what the suspect is going to try to do. Indeed, it is, depending on where this leads to, though. Yep. Well, there might be another way to get out. Yeah, but kind of into an alley here. Oh, my God, they got to slam. Oh, I was a little bit confused about it. It looked like that was a wall or something from my vantage point, but we're south of the 10. Okay, now they are in a dead end, reversing really quickly. Oh, better not reverse into those cops right there. This could go south really quick. Almost looks like they're losing control of the vehicle here. Wow. Driving really crazy in reverse right now. This is nuts. Oh, they're going to crash this truck here if they're not careful. I'm glad there's nobody out here walking around underneath the bridge now. Okay, here we go. Wow. This, I don't think I've ever seen anyone go this fast in reverse, Pat. This is pretty wild right here. And really the nerve of knowing that all those police vehicles and really didn't seem to worry or didn't care, or maybe thinking, well, they're not going to try to stop me because it would be too dangerous for LAPD. Right? So he's just going to go maneuver himself around the police cars because there was no motion to try to barricade this guy. And I know there's a reason for that, Des, but we have seen it before. But still backing up here, right onto Santa Fe. I mean, didn't even skip a beat. Didn't even try to stop at that intersection right there. That could have so easily ended in a crash. That's wild. I don't. Seems like we're saying it all the time that we're covering chases together, Pat. Where I say I've never seen anything like that before. This is another first with a suspect flying into reverse to try to evade the police after getting cornered like that. Could have gone badly so quickly. But now we are back on the freeway here, and it looks like we're on the eastbound 10 coming up to the East L interchange. And we'll see where this particular ramp leads him. You can see how the freeway's all kind of separated right here between the East 60 and then the North 5. Looks like this is going to be that section of freeway that's going to join with the North 5 here, kind of the 5 between the 10 Santa Monica freeway and the 10 San Bernardino freeway. So again, another busy area for sure here. It's only 6:15, 6:20 at night. Definitely liable to run into some heavier traffic here as we get through this section of roadway towards the tail end of the commute. But wow, still can't believe what we saw there with that suspect in reverse like that.
Yeah, I should have chosen a different profession. He's a very skilled driver. We've seen that. But you know something. I'm going to bring Mike in here right now too. It's interesting since Des has been cut overhead. He has not committed to the freeways for very long.
Yeah, there's a couple of things interesting about this. He doesn't stay on it very long. Maybe, who knows if he knows that CHP might get involved, or he thinks he has better luck on the surface streets getting away that way. But where his one of his flaws in this whole reversal maneuver here is he gave the officers their first opportunity to see him. The officers were not able to get an ID on this guy or see what he looks like until this move. And I'm listening to the officers now say they've got a description of him. He's a male. He's the only one inside. He's got earrings. He's wearing a blue sweatshirt. So while this allowed him to get away, it gave the officers a really good description of him that they didn't have before.
Okay, so he might be skilled driving, but not very smart. Another question to Desmond and you, Mike. Okay, the fact that they are still pursuing this vehicle, even before this maneuver with him driving in reverse. But when he was driving so fast and recklessly, and normally we have seen so many times where they back off, does that possibly give them another reason? They know something that we don't, that they really want this guy stopped. And that's why they're continuing to follow him.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, Pat, because you're right. Most of the time, it doesn't even take that long. They see a suspect driving on the wrong side of the road for 5 or 10 seconds, and they're like, all right, it's time to back off, and they haven't too much up to this point. Now, as we say that, I widen out, and I'm not seeing the units directly behind them at the moment. They're about a block or so behind, and not even seeing the spotlight on this suspect. So I'm wondering if they are kind of moving into tracking mode after everything that happened on this one. And, we are back out onto some narrow surface streets now, making our way into the community of East Los Angeles, Boyle Heights, East Los Angeles here, eastbound on 4th Street. So they may be backing off this one, at least for the time being.
Yeah, and really quick, Pat and Des, I'm just listening to some of the radio traffic here. They are trying to clarify the want. They are calling it still a GTA Grand Theft Auto suspect, which would be a stolen car. But now they're going back and forth on whether this was what they call a 211 GTA, which would have been it was robbed from a person, meaning there was a person involved, which could explain the reason they were a little more intensely chasing this. And up until they kind of backed off here, these were officers from 77th Division who were about 2 divisions away from the downtown area. So those 77th Division officers followed them all the way up into downtown. And now we're, of course, in East LA. And now we are technically not in the city of Los Angeles anymore, which could be another reason why they've gone into tracking. And you know what? They're actually canceling it altogether now. I just heard altogether they're canceling it.
They've canceled this pursuit. Well, as you said, they have the license plates for the vehicle. They certainly know what the driver looks like.
Yeah.
And we've seen this happen before, guys, where they cancel these pursuits per se, right? But they're still going to have some eyes. Some unit in the area is going to pay some attention, right? And they could possibly, whenever this guy stops, actually show up.
Yeah, and one of the common things too is, I still see the LAPD ship still with it, I think, or still in the area at least. Something the sheriffs do all the time is if this car jumps on the freeway, they'll get CHP involved. And then CHP will swoop in and take it. But, this person's kind of been avoiding freeway. So we'll see. And, Des knows better than I if that LAPD ship is still there. But it looked like they were last I checked.
Desmond, what do you say?
Yeah, I think we just heard some. I just heard some chatter there. It sounds like they may be pulling the helicopter off of this as well. Wow. And boy, now we got pedestrians out here. Look, I mean, even no one directly behind this guy, and he's still just going through red lights and stuff, getting really close to the pedestrians as well. So extremely desperate driving. And I know it's just a frustrating thing because 5 or so years ago, this is. I mean, look at this again. Now they got the spotlight back on. So. We'll see. It's kind of touch and go with LAPD, but 5 years ago, this would not have been a thing that we really talked about all these suspects, getting away. And it's just things have just changed so dramatically. There's been so many high-profile instances of these ending in terrible crashes where innocent people get injured or worse, and it's really just things have just changed so much from even just a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, I feel like some of these suspects may be really privy to that, knowing that, if I just drive like a lunatic, there's maybe a better than 50% chance that I can get away. And it looks like it's about to happen again, guys. Yeah,
well, and in this situation, Pat, sometimes we see the ground units kind of trail back a little bit here. But I actually just heard the watch commander, or one of the sergeants, Code Alpha, which means they want to do a debrief, and they actually asked all the units that were involved in this to return to 77th Station so they can do a debrief. So you don't even have them trailing this anymore.
No, they're off of it.
Yep.
But what, as Desmond mentioned, though, it's interesting how the guy is still driving, lawlessly in a way, not as he should, with Not knowing exactly if the chopper is still overhead, because if they are, they've certainly turned their lights off.
And certainly nobody behind them.
Look at that turn there. Yeah. That was illegal. Now, well, he's made another turn. Yeah. I can't see the name of the street. Desmond knows where it is, I'm sure. You know, you wonder if he has something up here in terms of going.
Oh, no.
Oh. What was that, Des? A crash?
Look at that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it was very serious, but definitely damage. And now the suspect is out and running. Oh, look at that. LAPD's helicopter is still here on this one. Maybe they can find this guy. So they were sitting up there kind of incognito without their lights on. You know, so unfortunate that an innocent person just got involved. Like I said, it didn't look like a very serious crash.
Well, what was he
hopefully
doing?
Just property damage. Now, dropping some stuff here. Interesting. Dropped something right in front of this housing unit right here. So out here running around off of Antry and Wynwood Lane in Boyle Heights. We're not too far at all from the Eastdale interchange, just kind of north of the Eastdale interchange right now.
Is he going up to a home? Now we're in a residential area.
Now, yeah, and you know, I don't think that this is where the suspect was trying to go. If they didn't see that person who came out and clipped him right there. Running out of energy a little bit, though. No units anywhere in the area. Definitely LAPD's helicopters trying to guide some units in. You've got a massive courtyard right here, so it might be kind of tough to get the units to get into position to bring this person into custody. So, you know, I mean, very unfortunate that there was a crash there, but they backed off, and you did get this guy out of the car at least. Now he's not going to be driving around potentially seriously injuring anyone, so at least that aspect is over. Still jogging, but I think they're kind of looks like he's pretty winded out here. Yeah, definitely winded off of Fresno and 8th Street underneath that spotlight. LAPD, hopefully they're going to be here any moment. Let's see as I widen out. Not seeing any units yet in place, but
Des, real quick,
yeah,
I played back that video where he was looked like he dropped something, and yeah, there were 3 things that fell out of his pocket. One of it looks like to be a glove, but then he reaches down to his ankle, and it looks like he's kind of pulling on his ankle. And I wonder if he's wearing an ankle bracelet.
I thought that too.
He was trying to get off. He's also smoking. Yeah, he's also smoking a cigarette, which probably explains why he's winded. But yeah, it looked like he was pulling at his ankle. Didn't look like he got it off though.
Now, did he go up some stairs?
Well, it's in a
and is he by himself?
Home or something, but I think there's a sign right there that says "Beware of dogs," so we better be careful here. But yeah, up on a porch right here, Fresno and 8th Street, showing an address. See if I can get an address on this one. 1144 Fresno, I believe, is going to be the street. Yeah, 1144 Fresno is where the suspect is here. No,
is that him?
I'm thinking maybe that was LAPD, but yeah, into the side yard here. Now he's out because there's a dog back there, I think. You see that beware of dog? He came in and he thought better of it. Now he's headed down.
Now he's running down the street. Running down the stairs, I should say.
Yeah, okay.
Now he's running down the street.
Running again. So I'm thinking LAPD may be right behind him, just noticing how he kind of looked behind and he's running.
Yeah, because he's hauling.
Let's see. No.
He's picked up speed.
Yeah, actually still no. My pilot, Dylan's saying there's still no cruisers behind this guy. I've got to imagine that the tactical flight officer in the LAPD's helicopter has got to be like pulling his hair out right now that they can't get any units down into this area. So now on the porch of a little home right here underneath a covered porch, very unfortunate for us and LAPD. So we'll need to keep kind of a wide angle on this one. But this address showing 1124 Fresno Street. Still out here. Now, this is definitely not good for LAPD's helicopter. And you see him watching that corner right there where it's a little bit dark.
Still underneath the middle
might
there.
Be able to pop out. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, back out.
Back.
I think maybe he's given
up.
Well,
how many opportunities, though? Okay.
This guy can't get away.
No, and he's had 3 different stops, going upstairs, coming downstairs, and there's still nobody there?
Okay, well, let's get that tree out of the way.
Except Desmond?
Yeah, I mean, us and LAPD's helicopter, this tree in the way. Dylan doing his best here to get this this tree out of our way here. You can see the spotlight, though. They've still got a visual of this guy.
And the helicopter is actually making commands from the PA system.
Faster.
So to the suspect. The helicopter is yelling at the suspect from the helicopter's PA system.
No, he's got his hands up. Okay, maybe
there
this
we
is,
go. All
maybe
right.
he was listening to the chopper pilot there, tell him like, the gig is up. They're going to be here any minute.
There they are.
You see them, Mike?
Yeah, they're
so
right.
Dark,
Oh,
I
great,
can't see.
finally.
Yeah,
All right,
I think they're
Desmond.
under our super
Yeah,
there, but
yeah,
they're
they're
under
right
there,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you know,
Boy, that was
quite the, again, the
marathon running session
reversal, the running, and we hope that the vehicle that he struck, Desmond, we know you had to try to keep your eye on this guy where he was going, so hopefully those people weren't hurt. If there was, you know, we don't know how many people are in that vehicle right now, obviously, but we do know that there was a crash, and that's what got him out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Now he's in handcuffs now.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a side swipe, maybe 25 or 30 miles an hour, one of the rare instances where the suspect was not driving that fast. And then so that other person kind of clipped them, and then the back end of the truck went into another parked car. So damage to 3 vehicles there. It was low enough speeds that I don't imagine anyone was